fun of me because I ad-libbed something earlier on and it was pretty unsuccessful. I won't be asked to ad-lib again, will I? But you know what? By popular demand, we've got it.
Oh!
Thierry Henry modelling for Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh!
Okay.
Have they just put his head on someone else?
Let's compare Micah Richards modelling for Wedgies Are Us.
Plus back fast.
Jamie Carragher. What have we got? Jamie Carragher modelling for...
Ballys FC.
Wow! What have you come as?
They've all got to vote. What's the best?
Money was good to you.
I don't think anyone needs to vote. Nobody needs to vote.
You guys are crazy.
So, Real Madrid get the 2-0 win at home in Madrid tonight. Good night for Carlo Ancelotti, for the mister, for the manager. Looking skillful. Still got it.
Oh, Don Carlo.
Que qualidad. He never goes, never leaves.
It's a good night for him. His former team, AC Milan, got the win as well in a big game, all-Italian affair, Champions League quarter-final.
Oh, my gosh.
I've got the stutters tonight.
Wow, Jules. Jules, get back.
Okay. Yeah. She won't be coming back in after what Jamie said to her last night.
Encouraged by you.
No.
It's got very personal tonight. What's
You
happening?
prefaced it by saying Kate told me not to say this.
Yeah. I'm trying to look after you.
Yeah, okay. Let's go through the action from this one, shall we? Where are we starting with this AC Milan game? We're just doing the goal?
That's what we're here for.
No, I'm just... Well, pardon, what?
That's what we normally do.
We are going to do the goal, but we're not going to do that first. See,
You know what I'm just thinking? As Alessandro must have done.
Must have done what? Oh, a bit of modelling?
Oh, for sure.
Alessandro!
For sure.
Come on, let's get Alessandro
I'm
in.
going to say Calvin.
He's done Calvin's, hasn't he? Alessandro?
What?
No adverts, no underwear adverts.
No,
The
underwear?
Italian national team, underwear, Calvin Klein, model.
No.
Yes.
Never?
Yes.
No?
No. Yes.
You have
I
done?
don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, let Micah ask you in Italian because.
He bottled it.
Scusami.
Have you... so Thierry had a career as a Tommy Hilfiger model.
Oh my gosh.
Micah yesterday showed us all his
Slim
underpants. So we were wondering... Slim fast.
So, me and Jamie, what are we gonna do?
I'm just trying to find it.
Jason's Googling. Have you really never modelled for underwear? We thought
For
you would have
sure.
done. In Italy, you must have done. What have you
when he
modelled
did
for?
it? No. Winning the title, taking your shirt away and giving it. You must have done that.
The shirt, but not...
You must have done it
Shorts?
once, winning the title.
Yeah, you walk out naked.
Not naked, but with your
underwear.
you have to give it.
Hold
yeah.
up, wait, what?
No, not the underwear.
No, not the underwear, but the
Everything
shorts.
else,
Yes,
yes.
that's what I'm saying. When you win the title and they jump, they take anything in Italy.
Yeah.
Give me la maglia. No,
Go lucky
You know that-
you still weather.
Me too, by the way. Never won it.
Okay, so we're not going to start with the goal from this one. We're going to start with Kvaratskhelia.
Sorry? Oh, it's not your night.
Oh my God.
Hey, it's nobody's night with that
No,
name.
it's true, it's
Kvaratskhelia. There you go. And it wasn't terrible. Opportunity here.
No, it wasn't. But look, to beat Napoli, especially in the way they did Milan, is they have Mike Maignan, or if not, they have a guy on the line. They played a typical, I will say, and Ale will tell you that it was an Italian game. I thought at one point the referee also lost control of the game, a lot of fouls, a lot of arguing. You need to be a specialist to ref those games. They are tough to ref. But Milan played their way, long balls at times, made it a dirty game at times, play on the counter. Theo Hernandez was magnificent in everything that he does, sometimes kill the game, wind people up, and have the quality also on the counter. And they did what they had to do to win a tie. Well, to win a game and see what they can do there in Napoli after.
I think at the end of the day, it's what missing for Napoli tonight, not only a goal, for sure that they have some chances, but Osimhen as a striker that can break through that line. Because Milan defend very well, but Napoli have a chance to play and come very often. At the beginning of both half. They came really, really hard, and they have a different possibility to score a goal. But you're missing a guy like Osimhen that go also physical with against Milan. And this game you need to be physical. We saw Tonali defended the ball very well, Anguissa as well, but too much. And by the way, Thierry is right. The first yellow for Anguissa came from a fall before on Kvaratskhelia that the referee didn't see it. It was quite clear. The next action was a yellow card. And then, but for telling you how good is Napoli to play, when they were 10 versus 11, you don't see many difference between the two teams. But you see in Real Madrid and Chelsea, Chelsea tried, but they didn't have the strength to arrive till the last second. Maybe they have a chance, but when Milan has a chance to go and kill the game, I think they should do it. And they were kind of, I didn't see a big possession of the ball or big opportunities or something like this.
Leao was a player that you had talked about before the game kicked off. What did you make of his performance tonight?
Well, there was certainly one situation in the first half which basically just sums him up as a player. His pace and power. Now, he'll get a lot more of these opportunities in the second leg because Napoli find themselves behind, but he's unstoppable when he's in this situation where there's space in front of him and he can just run. He doesn't have to think too much. He's just going to use his biggest strengths, which are his pace and his power, and then can he finish? We saw in the analysis of Micah did when AC Milan went to Napoli and won 4-0, his role in 2 of the goals in that, and then again he finished on that occasion. This time he didn't, but he's going to be a big problem for Napoli, I feel, in that second leg because they're going to have to take more chances as the game goes on. There'll be more space for him, and you can't stop that. It's just whether he finishes or not, so that could be a big problem for Napoli's second leg.
Benacer got the goal that made the difference for Milan.
Yeah, I thought it was quite naive from Napoli. We know they like to press and they press with numbers, but they're leaving too many gaps, and this was a perfect example. I showed before the game as well what they was going to do, and they did exactly the same. Free, going to the one there. It's a beautiful little piece of skill there, but look how much space there is in the centre of the park, and it's just about making the right decisions at the right time. They get a little bit of a look, of course they do, but it's a really good finish from Benacer. Maybe the keeper thought he could do a little bit better. His body weight's taking him one way, but in the end, that was a difference in the game. And I was disappointed with Napoli because remember I said that was one of my favourites to do this, but without Osimhen, they're just not the same. They get there, and it's sort of like they run out of ideas. They're sort of relying too much on Kvaratskhelia to do something special, and today it wasn't meant to be.
Alessandro, how big a miss in the second leg will be Anguissa and the centre-back who's now got 2 yellow cards, Kim? Have they got the players to replace them and still be really competitive in the game and go through?
Well, yes, they're going to have players that are going to replace them, but for me the key is going to be if they have a chance to have Osimhen or not. Because Osimhen gives that kind of courage, that kind of strength, and that kind of, craziness also in some rounds and some fight that make the difference. And but listen, the table is set for a perfect second game. I mean, in Napoli it will be another story. It will be 65,000 people at the Maradona Stadium. It's going to be a big change. I think tonight the people, I mean the fans, make the difference, especially in Italy. They give you, when you play in San Siro, it was almost 75,000 people and screaming, waiting for this day for a long time. So, and this is going to be the same in Napoli. It's going to be a hard time for them. So, not easy to replace. But Anguissa is not a key player for me, for Napoli. Osimhen, yes.
Napoli did go close in the second half, didn't they? We've got a run of a couple of different opportunities here. Let's start with Elmas going close here.
Very close. Look, you can go if you want, Mike.
No, go on.
No, I was just thinking in general. Anyway, we're gonna look at it because that's very, very, very close. And again, Mike Maignan does touch it to put the ball on a crossbar. But even without Osimhen, even without playing maybe that well, they got opportunities. And for me, this goalkeeper is just outstanding. And I've been saying that for a very long time. He was at the Academy of Paris Saint-Germain. They didn't want to keep him. He is an outstanding goalkeeper. And if it wasn't for Mike Maignan, that's a great opportunity also. But if it wasn't for Mike Maignan, it might have been a 1-1 game. If that game was 1-1, no one could have said no, it wasn't right. So, yes, they're missing Osimhen. But in the Champions League, we go back to experience. And I will say that when I did the bracket, I, even myself, underestimate experience. Because they could bring something back for San Siro, but they didn't. So Benfica the same. Experience matters. And I know some of the Inter players and some of the Milan players didn't win anything with Milan in Europe, with Inter in Europe. But they understand, they have a bit more experience. They are in a better zone or comfort zone when it comes to play those games, and it showed today. They had to bring something back to make sure that the big man can win them the tie or Osimhen in a better way. But they didn't, because they had some opportunities. But Mike Maignan was there, a guy was there on the line, they had the crossbar, so they had their chances to bring the game back.
I mean, it becomes the most interesting game that we have coming up next week. Now, let's take you out to Milan, where Peter Schmeichel was watching live for us at the San Siro. He said that when the draw was made, this was the game that he kind of earmarked as wanting to go to, right, Peter? How did it measure up?
Well, the game was all right. It was exciting. It was interesting. It wasn't at the technical level that I thought it was going to be once when the draw was made. But then again, it's a quarterfinal in the Champions League, and the importance, the significance. It was very clear that the players were thinking about that. So 1-0 to Milan. It's a good win for them for sure. It's the second time they beat them in 10 days. They beat Napoli in 10 days. It's a big win for sure. I just felt in the second half that Milan needed another goal, and I thought they should have had another goal once the Napoli went down to 10 men. And at the end of the day, they have their goalkeeper to thank for not drawing this game. He made 3 really big saves at important times, and that's just how even it was. But I have to say, Kate, the atmosphere here in San Siro was fantastic, really fantastic. And I'm just thinking ahead, if Inter wins against Benfica and Milan can do the work in Napoli, we will have some game here at the San Siro in the semi-final between the two Milan clubs.
It'd be incredible to get that Milan derby as that game, a semi-final, wouldn't it? Peter, by the way, were you listening earlier on? We did an In the Mixer, and I'm just wondering if you heard Alessandro Del Piero's comments about goalkeepers tending to be crazy?
Ah, come on. Can't take that for such a softly spoken person, you know?
No? All right, Peter, thank you very much. We appreciate you as always.
Thank you.
Hope to see you soon. OK, we are going to go to a break, everybody. We're going to come right back. We've got more. We're going to take you out to Madrid. We'll talk to Guillaume Balaguer, who was at the Bernabeu. We'll also talk to Alessandro Del Piero about